Hi guys, I'm Fabrizio and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today the topic is resilient. How to be resilient. But I didn't forget what. This is the Inspire Your Life month. Hope that you will not forget that. I said it so many times, you will think, Fabio, please stop it. But today the topic is really important. Not only because to be resilient is fundamental in the life, but especially right now for the situation we are all living is, as I said many times, is crucial. What is resilient? Ask to yourself if you have been resilient in your life. 3 seconds? 1, 2, 3. Because I think immediately in your mind should come, in that day I was resilient. In that moment, in that experience. Because resilient is, you become resilient after a difficult moment, after a traumatic moment. Let me repeat that word moment because I like it. And after a challenging moment. But not like, oh, I've lost a job. Yeah, this is, you can get resilient, but something more about traumatic experience. That sometimes it's really difficult to develop a resilience on their own. Now I'm going to talk about that. So, if you ask to me if I have been resilient, I have a question. I have an answer, and it is yes. But I needed a lot of time because all of you know my stories. I hope so after a while, but I can repeat really quickly. So to be bullied, I wasn't accepted from my family because I was gay, to go in a new city, when you go in a new city, to be embracing the culture of the city, like right now I'm embracing. When I came to London, I embraced the new culture, new people, everything is new. Sometimes it's really difficult, it can be really challenging, but that is not dramatic. The problem is if the people around you treat you really badly. For example, I have been bullied in my last job before I became a coach, so that was really bad. And I was bullied because I was gay, so my supervisor didn't accept that. That was a really big trauma. But for me the biggest moment was 6 years ago when I moved back to Italy, and I had my breakdown. So there I had to work to come back to in the UK, where I became a life coach, NLP practitioner, hypnotherapist, all this kind of stuff. But why? Because I had the opportunity to change my post-traumatic stress, so the stress that I had in all my life, in my first 30 years, in post-traumatic growth. And I will talk about that. But when you go in the other direction, in the growing, you become resilient. Resilient is an outcome, is a process. It doesn't end, because we all have this experience, like one step, another step, another step to become resilient. And I think there are 3 stages about that. The first one is to be aware. Awareness is fundamental, so especially if you're living a really difficult situation and you are in denial. I'm sorry, that is going to be really painful for your life. The second stage, that it's really important, when you become aware, you embrace and you try to find the right skills to move on, especially if you had already an experience like that. But most of the time it's not easy, like it happened to me. When I had my breakdown, I had a psychologist, I had a life coach, I had after hypnotherapy, I had everything, MBTI therapist. I did everything on me because I had to understand my traumas, But how can you change these traumas in something positive, in growth experience? And in fact, what I become a life coach, a motivational speaker. Now I'm helping so many people, and it's like my mission. I found the purpose of my life, to be resilient. What is really important is to have a purpose. And to have a purpose, you will feel here in your heart, like me right now, when I think about all the people that can change their life, utilizing my skills, because helping is a good word, but I prefer utilize, because most of the time when the client come to me, I'm not responsible of their solutions. They come to me because I am the person who will ask questions, and they, after my questions and after exercise, they will change. Everything is based on problem and solution. And people who develop resilient, they know really well their problems, and they know really well how to change this problem in a growth experience. Right now, for example, I have to be honest with all of you. I have to be honest. Why? Because for me now, it's okay. Everything can happen in my life. I had so many experiences, bad and positive, but especially bad. They were really painful experiences. So I grew from that experience so much that I think I'm here for everything the universe wants to give me, and I'm ready for that, because I developed resilience. The reason because I can utilize my skills to help my clients, because they come to me because they want to develop resilience and they don't know how to do it. I'm here for that. One of the best ways most of the time is to reframe your thoughts. Remember one thing: the way you think affects the way you feel. What does it mean? Sometimes we have so many thoughts in our mind, they are not real. They are not real. And sometimes some of my clients, they have issues about that. They create a movie around something that was not real. So for me, it's really important they can reframe the situation, they can understand the situation, but they can reframe the scenario, and they can develop a new skills they already have, and they can find back on them. In fact, one of my clients asked me, Fabio, why my boss, when we talk on Zoom online, we have a meeting, we are 10 people, he always doesn't ask me anything. We were talking about that during the last session that we had on Monday, and I asked a few questions. So, for example, what makes you think that your boss doesn't like you? And he said, because he doesn't ask me any questions about me, my job, and other stuff. There are any ways that you can prove that your boss doesn't like you. And after he didn't say anything, he was thinking about that. What happened that was really funny, that the boss, he sent an email in the late afternoon, and I don't want to say the name for privacy, I will call him Robert. They say, Robert, I really enjoy your conversation, but I didn't want to tell you in front of the people, but you are always on mute. You're always mute, because his boss is very polite. He told me about his personality. So my client created this big movie about his boss that was not real, because he always in mute. I don't know if you watched the fireworks during the New Year in London, in England. They were amazing, because there was this image made with drones. You are mute. So this is hilarious, but this is the way after we reframed that, because at the end it was not real. Resilient for me is one of the most important aspects of people around me. All the people around me that now are my friends are resilient, are strong, and they know how they can grow. I hope that you too, you will grow and become so resilient that you are going to show up in the world and become really whatever you want to become. You want to become a star, become a star. You want to become the biggest entrepreneur in the world, become the biggest entrepreneur in the world, creating a new app for mental health. You want to become an actor, go for that. But you have to be resilient, because probably you think, Fabio, you've forgotten something, but we'll talk in the next days. The big enemy of resilience is rejection. And you have to be ready to be rejected if you want to be an actor, an entrepreneur, and a famous star, whatever you want to be. You have to be ready to be rejected. In my next talk, I will talk about bounce back. That is one of the ways to be resilient. I hope that you enjoy my talk about how to be resilient, and remember, be true to you. Thank you very much. See you in a few days. Bye bye. Fabio.